friends, welcome to my channel, JB's Crochet. I am your host, Amber, and I'm using my new contraption again today. So, I don't know, I thought I'd try doing kind of like a crochet along where you don't really see me, but you see me working on my project. So, I don't know, I was going to try this, see how far I get in a short period of time because, I'm hiding away in my room for a few moments to try and get a video recorded. So we'll see how long this happens, how long we go for, and let's get started. So these are the colors that I have chosen to work my flag that I want to make for the garden stake. Those little black garden stake flag thingies. I can't talk. You know what I'm talking about. They're the little garden flags, that you can put in your flower gardens. And you can change them out every so often, or, for the different holidays and whatever you want to do. Anyway, I went to Walmart to look at yarn, and I was going to get the mainstays, but I worked with a purple mainstays recently, and I'm just not a huge fan of it. And the only other brand that they had there was Red Heart, which, is a pretty good one too. So, I picked up a color, and then I was like, you know what? I want to make sure that, now I'm pretty sure I had this already in my stash, the white. So I'm definitely one of those people where I try to make my entire project with the exact same yarn brand. So that way I don't have to run into any issues with maybe possibly having different thicknesses of yarn and whatnot. So yes, Red Heart, I've heard, can be inconsistent from one skein to another in the same color, but in my head, it just makes more sense to have all Red Heart yarns. So, like I said, Mainstays acrylic is good. I just had a not so pleasant experience with it to where I'm just a little more leery of buying it. And I'm not saying it in a bad way, like I would never buy it again, or it's not good. I will just have a harder time buying it because it feels soft. It's one of those yarns that feels soft in the skein like this, but as soon as I started working it up, it had a little bit more of a roughness to it, and I just wasn't a huge fan of that. So again, when you get those little thoughts in your head, they're just hard to get rid of. So I got Red Heart, Cherry Red. This is just Royal for the blue. Sorry, my throat just doesn't want to clear. And then just white. Easy peasy. And these are just the 7-ounce skeins. So, this is more than I need for the white. Well, actually, no, there's white stripes too. So, we got our red, white, and blue here. So, I'm going to start with the blue because my idea is to start the C2C flag with the blue and try and it's going to be a rectangle. It's not going to be a square. I mean, I could make it a square, but that's just too much color changing. We're just going to make it a rectangle in the one corner, in the upper left-hand corner. And then once I get the blue section done, I'll work red, white, and blue stripes where I have 13 stripes. And I do apologize for the shaking with my phone with this contraption. It's sitting on top of my chest, so it moves with my breathing, and also, your body moves when you talk and use your hands and stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to get started. This project's small enough I can leave all this yarn here in my lap. Well, I have the red sitting over here to my left, and then the white is up on it's up on that table right there. So, the only downfall to this contraption is when I crochet right here in my lap. I could point it down a little bit more, but I'm still over here towards this side of the frame, and I want to be center stage, and so I kind of have to hold it up and over just slightly to get it in this area of the frame. Let's see if I can turn the macro off. No, I can't. I should have turned macro off before I started, because my camera likes to focus in and out as I'm doing this. All right, so I'm chaining up 5. I like to do my C2Cs in the 5 to 2 ratio. I don't know what, if it's a ratio, if they call it a ratio or what it's called, but I have 5 chains here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one's kind of right there below the working strand coming out of there. So I'm going to do double crochet into the third chain. So 1, 2, and 3. See, I'm moving up to the top of the frame now. So I'm going to take a sip of my coffee real quick, because I did bring fresh hot coffee in here with me. And maybe that will help clear my throat a little bit, because that frog just didn't want to go anywhere. All right, so I'm going to keep, I don't know why I'm having a hard time with my words, but I know what I'm doing. I'm doing a double crochet, and it's like, come on, brain, mouth, work together. So there's 3 double crochets. I knew I couldn't be up here very long before someone tried to come find me, because I can hear footsteps. Now, I meant to draw this out before I worked on this, but you know what? We're just gonna go with it. We're gonna design it on the fly. So I'm going to crochet or chain up 5, 3, 4, 5. I like to turn it this way, and I'm actually going to go into the V's like this and snag that other back bump loop as well. So all that's left is this bottom V post, just because that's how we do it. So again, I go into the 3rd chain from the hook and do 3 double crochets, 3 standalone double crochets, as Juan has coined it. I love his sayings, y'all, and I'm sorry if you know what? No, I've said this before. I'm not sorry that I I reference him a lot, because really, honestly, he's awesome. And the terms that he coins are just so what's the word I'm looking for? So genius. Like, they're just awesome, and they click in my head. They work, you know? Okay, so I just did my 3 double crochets into that chain. And what I do is so this is that first square we did. I'm going to take it and I'm going to turn it up, and I'm going to insert my hook into this chain 2 space that I created with the chains that I didn't crochet into, and I'm going to slip stitch. And I like to tighten down my slip stitches so that they're nice and small and tight. And then this is where the 2 comes in. So I only chain up 2 to go up to my next step. And again, another phrase that I got from Juan, he calls these steps. And then these are the jug handles that we're crocheting into, around. We're crocheting on, oh my goodness, come on. Maybe I need to go out a little more. We crochet around that jug handle, as he calls it. So 3 double crochets around that chain 2 that we did from that very first square. I call these squares, even though they're more kind of like squashed rectangles, because they're more, long here and short here. So there we go. We have our 2 steps. Again, I'm going to probably do Oh, so I want the flag to be about probably, oh gosh. See, I should have measured this before I did this, but you know what? Again, we're just going to design on the fly. I want to say they're about 15 to 18 inches wide. So my little squares that I make with my C2C, roughly with the size 6 hook here, oh, I forgot to mention that. I'm using a size J hook. Hey, welcome to my world. If you haven't figured out yet, I'm using a 6. I told you everything about the yarn. I forgot this, you know, the most important part is the tool. Anyway, my squares roughly measure an inch-ish. So I'm going to say that I need to go about, let's see, if I do 15 to 18 inches, so that's about 15 to 18 squares wide, right? I want to do the blue part, which is this where the stars are on the flag. I want it to be about probably, I think we figured out it was around 2/5 of the size of the flag, of the measurements. So, if I remember correctly. Oh, I really should have drawn this up. You know what? We're going to do, let's see, hold on, 15. I don't want to do a third of them, which would be 5. Actually, no, we'll do, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do 18 squares wide for my width. And then my length will be whatever I make it with the, you know, all the stuff at the bottom. So this, I'm going to do 5 rows. So technically a C2C is done in rows, but it's doing it from a corner to another corner. So this is my second row, which I have 2 squares. So row 1 has 1 square, row 2 has 2 squares. So that's another thing in C2C is you can count by your rows and you can kind of know how many you have in that row. So if you have 40 rows, you should have 40 steps or 40 squares, right? So I'm going to continue on. I'm going to increase again. So we're going to do 3, 4, and 5. Again, I'm going to yarn over before I start my double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook, grabbing both the strands, the back bump and the top V-post. I need more yarn here, sorry. Okay, there we go. Then we do another one. I hope this isn't blurring in and out too much for you guys, and you'll have to let me know how you like this format. If you'd rather see my face while I crochet and talk, or if you like it this way where you can kind of see what I'm doing as I'm talking. Again, I'm going to turn up my work so I can slip stitch in. I have to kind of open up that space a little bit with my fingers and find that jug handle or that chain 2 space, and I'm going to slip stitch into it. Again, I tighten down my slip stitch, just something I've always done and I like it. Chain up 2, and then 3 double crochets back into that jug handle. So yeah, I mean, this is one of the projects I was like just thinking this morning, I really need to get started on these projects so I can get them done in July, you know? The blanket, gosh, I hope I can get that one done. I gotta get that one started too. Depending on how long this one takes me, you know, if I get it done today or not, which I doubt. It might take me a day or two. So look, I have 3 squares now, so I'm on row I'm done with row 3. So I'm going to chain up 5 again. So I hope everybody had a fantastic 4th of July. If you are a U.S. citizen and celebrate Independence Day with us on July 4th. We had a fun night last night. We stayed up till, well, we let the kids stay up till almost 10 o'clock, you know, kind of hanging out, playing their video games, and in and out of the house, watching the fireworks going off around town. It sounded like a darn battlefield out there with all the booming going on. It was kind of funny and crazy all at the same time. I can kind of understand how there's some older military gentlemen and women that get stressed out around this time because of all the booming, because it, you know, causes some things to come back to their memories and give them a lot of stress. So anywho, there's my first anywho. Oh, Raylene. It's harder when I don't have somebody to talk to, like, and get that instant feedback, because, you know, I'm basically having a conversation with myself, but talking to you guys when you watch the video back later. So, let's see, I said 5, I think. I don't know. That's the thing, is I want to go 18, and I feel like 5 isn't going to be quite enough, but again, I'm bad at visualizing sometimes. I go, ooh, that would look good, and then, you know, when I actually work it up, it's like, oh, well, that's not exactly what I thought in my head would happen, but yeah. So I'm thinking I'm gonna finish this as row 4, which, again, I still gotta go one more row to really get an idea if how far I want to go with this. Again, I am just I guess I'm that kind of person where I just kind of, like, you know, I fly by the seat of my pants, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, I frog it out and try again. Because, like, I just came in here, sat down, and started recording, and went, yeah, I didn't draw anything out. I'm going off of what's in my head. Like, so you guys are seeing my head right here, right in front of you, right as it happens. I am so excited for all the future to come with this Yarny community I am a part of. Y'all, it's just, I'm so blessed to be a part of it. Like Jaxie was saying on her, Jax, Creations by Jax, she was saying on her video this morning how the universe, you know, puts in place the right people at the right time, and just, you have to be willing to see them, and, you know, just, this contraption, I tell ya. Oh, you know what? I think I got it figured out. I just turned it the right way, and it's sitting where I want it to now, so yay for me. But yeah, I'm excited for, like, some of the lives that I've, you know, get to be a part of. I was just on, okay, this one's starting to fall off my lap now. I was I was on a live the other day with a newer friend of mine that I've basically been waking up to almost every morning here for the last couple weeks now. I pop in, and, you know, right now I don't really have a lot going on during the days because our homeschool is on a hiatus at the moment until we get our new curriculum in, and we will be starting that up when it comes in. But I just bought it the day before the 4th of July, so I don't know when it's going to ship. So, you know, we're just going to be patiently waiting for that to come in. I hear footsteps again. Oh my goodness. So, anywho, oh, I'm so sorry. I just hit my phone. I went to scratch my face and boom, hit the phone. Apologize for that. So yeah, like, we're on a hiatus right now. So when I wake up in the morning, I don't have anywhere to go or anything to really do except be up with my kids, and, you know, it's just, I wake up and I grab my phone and Kim is on at Fortunate Creations with Kim, with her Coffee with Kim on every morning. And then I get off of that with them and go and start watching all my, videos that have been posted throughout the night in the morning from like Creations by Jax or Juan the Art Addict, KK Crochet, Mama Winch, aka Marianne. Sorry, I'm going to hold this out of frame just to look at it for a second. Okay, that's only 5, and I said 18. I think I need to go a little bit more. I think I'm going to go to... Let's see. Maybe I'll do 20. I don't know. I got to go more because I feel like this blue is not very big for 3, 4, 5. I don't feel like it's very big for the flag yet. And I'm going to do 13 rows. Oh, you know what? That's my issue right there. I wasn't thinking about the fact that I'm doing 13 rows of red and white. So, let's see. 13 rows of red and white. If I do 7 rows of blue, that'll give me my 20 squares wide. I just have to remember that when I get to 20, I have to decrease on the one side as I go, so that way I'm not making it a square. This is supposed to be a rectangular flag shape, and it's going to hang. So instead of being horizontal like the flag normally sits when it's on a flagpole and it, the wind blows it out, you've got your stars here and then you got your stripes going this way. Mine is going to hang. Oh, I hear some people. Mine's going to hang where this is in the corner, and the stripes are going to go like this, but the flag is going to go this way. So it's going to go vertical versus this way, horizontal. So, let's see. And yeah. So this will be reversible for the most part, depending on how I do the stars. So I found a really neat star border. I was going to try and do a similar border to that I put on my 8-point star blanket. Well, that Crystal designed into her 8-point star blanket. She did these little pom-pom ball pieces that dangle off of the points on the edge of the blanket. I was going to do I found a star one that was very similar to the pom-poms, but they're star-shaped. However, I got a new book recently and saw a really awesome, what they call star fringe. And I've got to look and see how it's done, because I have a feeling it's going to be sewn on. But it's called fringe, so I don't know if it's crocheted on as you go, or I just haven't looked too far into it. I haven't looked too far past just the picture of said fringe and the title of the fringe. All right, so what do I have here? So to count, you can kind of see how you can see this pattern, like it kind of bumps up, down, up, down, up, down. You can count your squares that way. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means I'm on my 6th row. I should have 6 stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6. I'm going to do one more, because like I said, I think I'm going to do 20. Yeah, because the throw that I made for Alzheimer's dementia awareness, it is a 25 by 28, and it's a little bigger than the garden flags, if I remember correctly. I'm sitting on top of it right now, so I don't know. but I'm going to do 20. I think 20 will be plenty big. And then I'll just have to see how long it is when I do 20 down. Because I'm doing... And you know, to be honest, it's not going to be 20 across, actually. No, it is going to be 20 across, but it's not going to be... like... You'll just have to see. It's hard to, like, my brain's just not wanting to explain things very well, so we're just gonna talk it through as we go. So when you do the C2C, I'm going 20 across, or 20 down, actually, because down the length of the flag. It's going to be a little different going across the horizontal top part of the flag because it's not going to be as wide as it is going to be long. So it's going to be 20 long. So I think I'm going to make the top. I'm trying to think here for a second. Like, let's see. I want it to be a rectangle shaped, so I don't want to do it 20 because that'll make it square shaped. Like, well, oh, what am I trying to do here? I need a double crochet, not a single crochet. Oh my goodness, I thought I had this in the right spot. It moved on me. So when I go across, like I said, the top part of the flag, let's see, I think I'm gonna do 15 before I increase on that part. But when I get done with the flag, it's gonna be like, so let's just pretend this is a small sample version of it. Let me finish this row first and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. And that'll help give you a visual of what my confusing brain is trying to explain. Oh, I got way too much yarn because, you know, it's funny. Okay, here is the reason why I got all the red heart. I have red and white in my stash in Big Twist and Red Heart and Karen. Like, I have a lot of different white brands of white yarn. I have Big Twist red, but I had no blue that was like this. So I had to go find some blue. And I had to go to Walmart to grab some things anyway, so I looked at their blues. And again, I decided I didn't want to do the mainstays, so I grabbed the Red Heart. But then I went, well, the blue or the red and the white I have at home, or the red I have at home is not Red Heart. So I was like, I have to buy, I had to buy a Red Heart red. And then I was like, I don't remember how much white I had left of the Red Heart. So I picked up a white. I look at it this way. I'll use it eventually. It's all red, white, and blue yarn anyway. Okay. So I'm going to draw up a loop here and make it long so I can show you what I'm talking about here. So the flag, when it hangs on, move this for a second over here. When it hangs on, so the little black, the horizontal part of the black pole that goes in the ground, it's going to go like through, like I'm going to stick it through that hole. I'm going to stick it through this hole. It's going to go like, you know, up and down through these holes that the jug handles make, right? And so it's going to hang like this. It's going to hang down like this. So this is going to be the corner. And then I'm going to have my red and white stripes going like this. But when I'm recording, please go. Please go. Okay, so it's going to have this raw, I call this the raw edge, the stair-step edge like this. So I'm keeping that on there. And then that fringe, that star fringe is going to hang off of here. So it's not going to be, I'm not going to close it off to where it's like a rectangle, like corner to corner. It's going to have a raw edge. but I'm going to make sure I have 13 stripes. So I'm going to do 1 row of each. Actually, no, I might have to do 2. This might end up be bigger than, I might have to frog some of this back out. Hey, that's fine. I have plenty of this yarn, obviously, that I can make a second one if I need to. So if this doesn't work out, I can always make another one. Anywho, so yeah, I'm going to do, the reason I'm like wondering if I should do 2 rows is because when you do these C2Cs, so the red's going to fill in here, but the white's it's going to like separate the red. But we'll, let's just try it and see what happens. And I didn't bring scissors. I'm going to pause real quick and grab some scissors. Okay, so I had scissors laying on the floor next to me, but I just didn't want to lean over and have it be all funky weird for you guys. So I am going to stick my hook back in here so I can pull the loop back down, only so I can cut a tail. I'm going to hold on. Yeah, all right, I'm going to start my new color right here. Red comes before white. Ah! Yarn down. Pause. Okay, I'm back again. Obviously, my red decided to roll off my lap. I just got rid of the blue real quick. Bounce, bounce, shake, shake. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pull some of this red out just to get it going. Alright, so as I was saying before, I'm going to start my new color. So I took out the last half of my, I had finished my double crochet, right? I actually took out, I stick my hook back in here like this. I'm going to take out that last step, finish it off with the red, and then I'm actually going to pull one and stop right here and tie this in a knot, and I will, when I get done, I will go through and sew in all my ends. I like to do what they call a surgeon's knot, where I wrap it around twice, so that's nice and secure. And then I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 1, 2, 3. Yep, this one right here. Always count up 3 because you can either count down 3 or you can count up 3 like I just did. And you should get to the same spot if you do the chain 5 like I did. So I apologize for all the pausing that we just recently went through in the video, but I had a child come in here and refuse to to leave while I was in the middle of this. So yeah, he wanted to play a game, and I'm like, no, I'm in the middle of this. I will deal with it later. You guys can play your games after lunch. They're so funny. I tried to make it where they don't play on video games and be in front of the TV so much, but when I need to record videos, and I need the quiet, that's what I go to. So but they get outside. They went up to a park yesterday, I think, for a little bit. My oldest took the youngest. And the middle one was off with friends at the same park, but he was off playing with some of his friends yesterday. Okay. So I am just moving along on here. If you need me to explain again what I'm doing, I can. Again, I use the same method I used on my mug rugs to do this. So, you know, look, I mean, it's super easy. Like, you're just double crocheting into a chain space, or jug handle as one calls it. And then you're finding the next one and slip stitching. And I split my yarn. Yee! There we go. We're good. And then I chain 2 to move up to the next one. And they work up pretty quickly, depending on the size of the project. Now, if you're doing bigger blankets, you know, they can take a little longer to get through the rows, but smaller projects like this, you can get done pretty quickly. This flag I wanted to have it done for the 4th of July, but I didn't buy the yarn until the 3rd of July. So, and I've been working on other stuff, and just because I have startitis and have to keep starting everything. So, okay, I'm about done with my first red row, and I want to show you what I was talking about with thinking about doing 2 rows per color, because when I go back with the white, it's gonna, actually, I think it'll be fine. Like I said, what I'm gonna do actually is I'm literally going to leave my red connected. I'm not gonna cut it yet. I'm gonna bring my white over here. Actually, I'm gonna leave it up on this table. Lord, please don't come in here again. These kids, I tell you, they can't get along some days, and it's always on the days I need them to get along. It's like, come on. So my white is wanting to fall off this table. So it's requiring both hands to pull this yarn out. And I'm trying not to shake the camera too much. Okay, so I'm just going to pull out a little bit just to get us going to see. All right, so I'm just going to attach my white, just leave a long tail. Just, you know, I'm not going to tie this one off like I did the other one, because we are creating and figuring it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gosh, why are they upstairs? Like, y'all, oh, I love my kids, but they're so frustrating sometimes. Like, why are you guys upstairs? Why? Oh. Like, they were doing just fine downstairs, watching TV. It is barely 11 o'clock in the morning, and it's not even lunchtime, so why are we bothering Mother? Like, we can wait another 30 minutes to eat. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. These children, I tell ya. They're getting me flustered to the point, like, I'm like, what do I talk about? So this is what I'm talking about with the white. So we're just going to have a little bit of red right here, so I don't know if it's going to look. I'm only going to do this 1 row of white because I need to frog it back out. I'm not going to frog 2 rows. I'm only going to frog 1 row. And then I can kind of, and if I do end up thinking this is okay, what I'll do is I'll just come back over here and, I will cut my red and tie it in a knot. It's already looking cool though, because all the colors together just make my happy heart. No, make my heart happy. That's the order I wanted to say it in. By the way, I don't know, that just made me think of Mama Wench, aka Mary Ann. She is trying to reach 500 subscribers, and I have been blessed to make it to almost 900 subscribers. I don't even know how that was possible, other than amazing people shouting me out and pushing people towards my channel. So yeah, I don't know how that's happening, but I figure I have enough peeps watching me, or at least subbing to me, that, there's enough of y'all to get her to 500 and beyond. She is also doing a mystery prize giveaway when she does reach 500. So y'all, if you want to get in on that crazy train and win some mystery yarn, you need to head on over to Mama Winch, aka Marianne, and help her out. She is literally like just a handful. Well, maybe a little more than a handful, but like in the YouTube streets, it's a handful. It's a drop in the bucket is all she needs to get to her next goal. My goal is to make it to 1,000, and then we will do our own special giveaway. So I am about 120 or so beautiful souls away from 1,000. I don't know. I think one row's enough. From what I am seeing on the camera here, between me, with what I'm seeing on the camera, because it's between me and my face and my eyes and the actual project, because I'm trying to keep it in frame for you guys, and I'm actually being able to crochet through the camera. It's a little on the odd side, because it keeps, you know, sitting in a weird angle for me, but I think that looks great, actually. Okay. Never mind. But see, now I'm gonna have to cut my red because I gotta start it up here. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna be starting them on opposite ends. I think that looks cool. So it's gonna go like this. But like I said, we're not gonna go all the way across here with the red, white. We will probably, for sure, down here, because I need 13 stripes. But up here, so when we get to, let me see if I can back this out a little bit. When we get over here, these rows are gonna keep increasing on this side, but all the rows are gonna decrease on this side. So that way we have a vertical rectangle that hangs like that. I think it's gonna look cool. And I haven't quite decided if I'm gonna crochet some stars to put up here, or if I'm just gonna leave this blue and do my stars on the edge. I'm thinking I might just do them up here. Do like, I don't know, because this isn't very big. So I could maybe do one star here. I don't know, because I don't want to make it look like another country's flag or another state's flag. Like, it's just a red, white, and blue flag. I may just, you know what, I may just take some fabric paint or some white yarn and just make little dots on here and try and get 15 or 50 of them on here. I don't know why I was going to say 15. All right, let me zoom back in here. All right, so I'm going to actually cut my white. And I'm going to pull that one out again, like I did before. Oh, wait, I have to. So since I just did that, I gotta come down here and cut my red and bring it to the other end. And I tighten that white down a little bit. So I am at, that time is like really close to my face, so it's hard to see. We're at 44 minutes. And y'all, it takes a while for those videos to upload when they are long like this, but that's okay. So, I think I'm gonna keep going a little longer, hopefully, if my kids allow it. I can't see this, not very good. Okay, we're okay. Go the last like 10 or 15 minutes on this, and then if I don't finish it, then I will just show you an update on it in a future video of whips and finished objects, because it will be a finished object this month. When? I don't know. And look, I'm giving myself something with more tails to sew in. Great. If you know me well enough, you know I don't do tails. Ay, ay, ay. So, yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing this. I don't know, maybe I'll end it now and just finish it and show you guys, because I don't know. My brain has lost its mojo on what to talk about. Let's see, what could I talk about? I'm going to do a red, white, and blue peephole chevron, and the colors are going to be very similar, but they're going to be like more rustic colors instead of these, you know, basic primary looking ones. So the blue is going to be a navy blue. The red is going to be like a deep, like a dark, kind of burgundy, wine-ish red. Not purple, but a dark, like a burgundy red. And then the white is going to be a little more creamier than this one. It's going to have a little bit of a creaminess to it, like a yellow tinge. If you know cream, you know what I mean. Because this is white. So the white that I'm going to use for the peephole chevron is going to be more of a soft off-white kind of white color. But that shouldn't take me too long to work up. I'm hoping. It's just going to be getting that first initial setup row or two started, because, you know, with most blankets that you do in rows, they require foundation. Well, everything requires a foundation. Otherwise, what would you build upon? So I have to do the, you know, setup rows of the peephole chevron, and that takes, I wouldn't say it takes me too long, but, you know, sometimes the foundation rows can just, and it's a newer pattern-ish for me, so, you know, just having to make sure I do it correctly. Split my yarn again. Don't know how I keep doing that. I think partly is it because of how close the camera is sitting to my face, and so it's a little hard to really see clearly, because it, like, the camera keeps wanting to blur, focus and unfocus everything. So it is making it tougher to see what I'm doing, I guess. But we are already at the third row of red and white. So I have to move this red yarn. I'm holding it with my legs, and my legs are getting kind of tired of holding it. Oh, come here. Okay, now we can keep going. Hold on, let me move this up a little bit, because now it's too far down. Oh, come on. There we go. Well, I'm still at the top of the frame. Just trying to move it down. Oh, I don't need to finish that. Now you know what I'm doing, so. You know, a friend of mine, Raylene, she sent me a video to help with not tying in ends, and look at me doing exactly the opposite and not following that video. But I have to go back and rewatch the video to get clarity on doing it again, because there's a way that they did like a knot join or something. I can't remember what they call it. where you don't have to have ends to sew in, I guess. But we will make this one work for now. Why am I changing every row? Amber, why do you keep doing that to yourself? Oh, Lord. Definitely have to go buy me some of that fabric glue so I can keep my knots from coming undone. Because I don't mind doing this and having knots, but it's just I'm just a little leery of my knots just coming undone. Granted, this red heart, and I have to be better about that because I made a blanket out of all red heart yarns, and was early on in my crochet where, my finishing off wasn't as refined as it is now. And my son's blanket has held up that I made him with all the red heart yarn. That is what I was going to do. I am going to go around my house and collect up all the blankets that I have ever made my kids that I still have, that we still have. I think we have darn near all of them left still. Yeah. I think we still have most of them around, if not all of them, because sometimes I get in blanket modes with them and just, keep making a blanket every couple of years, it seems like, because I don't remember when I made the spiral blankets for them, but I made those and they all got one. And right now, I'm working on C2C blankets for 2 of them, and more than likely I will have to make a 3rd one for my daughter because, in this family, we can't have something if somebody, we can't not have something if somebody else has it. So, and honestly, my mama heart just, why not? And the C2C blankets I'm making are pretty freaking cool, so I might be making myself one. Not that I need any more blankets around this house. Like, I thought I didn't have enough blankets around here, but y'all, I have plenty of snuggly throw size blankets. I need to get into making some full size queen size blankets because on occasion we have guests come stay and we struggle to give them blankets sometimes because we have blankets in our camper, and when things come out of that camper, it takes a long time finding their way back into the camper. Oh, goodness gracious. Why did I chill? Oh, Lordy. When you design something in your head, you don't really... I don't think I was thinking this through. Ooh, a red, white, and blue flag would be pretty cool to make. And yeah, I didn't think about the fact that I would be changing colors every row. Oh, Lord. That's another one of my sayings. Oh, Lordy. I'm sure really you'll catch that one too. Why is this not staying up? I feel like it keeps going. I keep going up. And yeah, we are at 54 minutes and I have, let's see, how many do I have here? I gotta get my other 50-minute video off my phone because that's the one thing is I use Google Photos to store not to store, but when I record, they go into my Google Photos account and we only have so much room in there, so I have to get them off of there, and then I save them onto a external hard drive that we have. I'm taking a sip of my coffee real quick. And once I get them onto my external hard drive, I delete them off my Google Photos so that way I'm not taking up space, because these videos take up a lot of space. Okay, so I have 4 rows. I need to do 13 of these. Oh, this is looking cool. So let's see, I got 4 done. I need 13. So that's 9. I have 9 more rows. Hold on, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be that much wider. Well, how many am I at? 1, 2, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I'm going to do one more row of red with you guys, and then I'm going to measure this off camera and see how close I am to my 15 inches. Or 12 to 15 inches. I have some flags around my house somewhere that I can like measure this to, or lay this on top of, to see how much further I need to go before I need to go decrease on this side. All right, so let's add our last, so we have about 4 more minutes. Let's see if I can get this last row done in 4 minutes. Do you guys think I can do it? Let's see what happens. Let's see. Oh, no, I need this one right here. Right here. Now, see, it's going to take me more than 4 minutes with the way I'm, you know, been a slowpoke with this, adding the red on here. Like I said, I like to do the surgeon's knot where I double wrap it. I don't know. They claim it holds it tighter, I guess, or something. I don't know. Just another one of those knots I like, one of those weird things I came across and ended up liking. Not everybody does it, but I do. Because again, it's one of those things I found that helps me have confidence in my knots. So, and I've moved my camera again. All right. I'm trying to keep you guys where you can see it, but also I'm looking over the top of my phone. But I'm also trying to make sure you guys aren't fuzzy. Because getting that chain started is, I have to see what I'm doing. I seriously hope you guys don't mind this moving around and pausing and all this. Yeah, we're at 2 minutes left. I don't know that I'm getting this done in 2 minutes, but we'll see. We shall see if I can do it correctly. I doubt it. I'm probably going to go over an hour, but that's okay. We'll get done with this row and we will call it a day. Rubber ducky, you're the one. I don't know where that came from. That song is like stuck in my head. Rubber ducky, you're the one. And that's the only part that's stuck on repeat. And now it's stuck in your heads. Ha ha. No, I'm joking. Mana mana. Do 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 do. Mana mana. Do 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 do. Oh, lordy. I crack myself up sometimes, even though it may not be funny to everybody. See, C2Cs can be kind of quick. Yeah, we're going over an hour, because we're at 59 minutes and 23 seconds. And I think I need to do 13 squares or something like that. I don't remember what row I'm on, because I counted, and for some reason I feel like I was on 11 or 12 or something when I counted across. Do 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 do. Yeah, I didn't say that right. Here's a song I won't get copyrighted for yet until he... See, now if I do that, it's going to take me longer. A song I know I won't get copyrighted on yet, quite yet, because Juan hasn't, you know, quite made it his, you know, like, you know, we have to pay for it kind of thing. But that's the Chunky Monkey Market Bag song. I made the bag all day yesterday, and I've got 2 rows left of the single crochet top border area of it left, which won't take me too long to do. And then I'm sitting here going, Juan, hello, Juan, I need the strappies. Now, I know, like, Creations by Jax, she's gonna do her own thing with her straps, and that's totally amazing. But of course, I'm a very, like, I don't know if it's type A or what, but I'm like, I don't want to alter his pattern per se. Like, I may use tidbits of things that he's done in his pattern and create my own market bag, tote bag, carrying vessel contraption thing. But I'm not gonna, you know, I don't know. I like to make somebody's pattern, and then, you know, once I've made it, I can kind of go, oh, you know what, I would do this differently, or I would, you know, maybe I would change this, or, you know, and then kind of be like, ooh, I could make this and make it my own, you know. So, all right, I finished off that one, but yeah, we went over almost, so it took me 6 minutes to do that row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I was 12. I was 1 off. But yep, that is what I've got so far. So y'all, I'm gonna cut the video now because I'm over an hour and it's gonna take forever to, you know, it's just the uploading process that's gonna take me a while. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day and enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment down below if you would like to see more like this, or if you'd rather see my face. But yeah, just let me know what you think of this, and I will definitely take that into consideration. And yeah, so have a great day, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Bye! Stay kind, stay positive!